Hello, Taurus. Elsie here to do a reading for you. Look, this is going to be a reading for the rest of September, and it's just because we're doing the in-between. We're doing the in-between the eclipses, right? The one that we had on the 7th, which was the full moon eclipse in Pisces, and then we have one coming up on the 21st, which is a partial eclipse in Virgo. So we're talking about this in-between energy, which I think is really important to talk about, because this is a time right now, Taurus, where just about anything you ask for, it may be granted. Look, good and bad. So be careful what you say. Be careful where your thoughts go. Make sure that you are having good interactions with people and asking for the right things. So the Pisces full moon was the release, right? It was pulling up old patterns. It's like we had a flashlight in the basement. We found stuff that was possibly hidden. It's a time of releasing control because we do have the eclipse that came along with the release of the full moon, but the releasing control part is like expect the unexpected, right? Because of the eclipse energy. And so this is the rebirth after the release that we're talking about. This is the time in the middle of the eclipses. And this is like the great spiritual reset is what's going on here, right? Not just personally, but around the world. And it's bringing alignment to everybody, not just you, right? So what can you do? You can pause, you can journal your dreams, possibly your thoughts. I would say distinguish what you can influence and let go of the rest. Try not to try and control. You can't control anything that goes on during the eclipses, so don't try and do that. Virgo is going to encourage you to clean up and reorganize at the end of the month on the 21st, so be ready for redirection. Some of it you won't be signing off on, and accept what falls away, because it's just clearing space for other things to show up. I've got a new deck and we're going to be using that today. It's called the Places Oracle. It's very interesting because it can be taken literally or metaphorically, and y'all know how much I love my metaphors. So let's find out what's going on here. I'll tell you what I feel or what I see. This is all about different places that things could happen, but I will interpret what I feel is going on here. And then we'll get some tarot on it. Tell me about Taurus, please. Tell me about my bull gang. As I said, Taurus, there will not be an extension, but I will talk about private reads at the end of this reading, if I remember. All right, we've got the zoo. Interesting. Wildlife conservation. Zoo attractions, wildlife and rehabilitation. That tells me that somebody, and the farm, somebody needs to get back to nature. So it says agricultural work, livestock rearing. It feels like somebody here needs to definitely get back to nature, because I feel like you will see, hear, or feel messages that come from being in nature and being around animals. Tell me more. We've got the supermarket. It says grocery shopping, variety of products and fresh produce. I think that this is telling me to tell you it's time to get back to basics. It feels like with the farm, it's like from farm to table, right? We've got the zoo talking about animals. It feels like, animals are very intuitive. It's the way they communicate with each other. If it weren't for the deer having intuitive energy, it would always get eaten by the bear or whatever animal comes upon it, maybe even a human, right? So it feels like with this wildlife energy here, that you are attracting, I'm looking at the word attractions, that's what's showing up to me. You're attracting rehabilitation, so the healing, you're attracting healing here by going into nature and getting your messages through birds, through squirrels, through deer, through whatever crosses your path. We've got the farm. It says agricultural work, livestock rearing. I feel like you're supposed to get as close as you can to nature without hurting yourself, of course. And I feel like the supermarket energy is telling me it's time for you to start looking at your health. It's time for you to start shopping better, shopping around the outside of the grocery store, because that's where all the healthy stuff is. It's all the stuff that's in the rows in between that's not always good for us, right? It's time for you to eat a variety of foods or a variety of products and get more fresh produce. We've got cemetery. Interesting. It says resting place and memorial stones. Oh, you're getting messages from the other side. Owls. Owls are about death and rebirth. They also can appear when there is someone who has passed away or passed to the other side, and that person wants to bring you messages. Now, I'm not telling you anyone's passing away. I'm telling you if you're seeing owls or if you're hearing owls, that possibly these could be messages that are coming from somebody who's already passed away, because the resting place and memory memorial stones is here. Yeah, I'm going to say allow it, okay? Because the gate is open, or the door is open on the cage. Allow it. You've got the key to be able to listen, to figure out what's going on. Let's find out what's going on with tarot. Tell me about Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Taurus, I feel like you're getting some sort of a message. You're getting some sort of a letter or a document. I feel like you're supposed to keep it to yourself, that you're not supposed to tell everybody what you received. Keep it to yourself. Don't broadcast it. I'm just looking at the Seven of Swords down the bottom right-hand corner of this letter. It tells me that there is going to be something showing up for you, some type of a message or a messenger or a letter that is going to contain information that is going to enlighten you. It's going to bring some sort of light. It's going to lead you to some sort of a breakthrough. It might even be exciting. It feels like it could be for some of you about money. It could be about money, effort, energy. Someone wants to put some effort or energy in, but it is going to make you feel very stable. I think you're supposed to keep it to yourself though, but look it over closely. We've got fours. It could be from somebody who is an emperor. 4 and 4 is 8. It could be something that affects you, just you, and that's maybe why you're not telling anybody about it. Let's talk about tarot. Tell me about Taurus. Tell me about Taurus. I've got the 5 of Swords. Got the 10 of Cups. Got the 8 of Cups. We've got the 6 of Wands, we've got the King of Swords, and we've got the Death card. Card number 12, card number 13. I felt it there. Look at that. Very interesting. That's why I went to this pile. That's why I went to this pile to see if it was there. So the Death card is here, card number 13, and card number 13 is here. There is some type of transformation that is about to happen here. It feels like it has to do with your health, and it is, it's something good. It feels like there is some sort of knowledge that's coming to you. This might be a bill of clean health. This might be very good news about healthy things. Things that are going to give you a breakthrough that has to do with you. Somebody has looked very closely into an issue. So it could be a financial issue. It could be a health issue. Let's take a look here. Tell me what this is about here. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, so it does feel like it is of value or of worth, but it's supposed to be kept secret, or something is coming to you that is secret or that you should keep to yourself. Tell me about this. We've got the 3 of Wands, we've got the 8 of Pentacles, and we've got the Page of Pentacles. It does really feel like there is a messenger on the way that's coming 3D. So I'm going to say it's coming snail mail. So I don't know who would be contacting you via snail mail, but it looks like it's coming that way. The 8 of Pentacles tells me that something's been growing that you're not aware of. Maybe it is a breakthrough about feelings. Somebody is about to give you time, effort, or energy, and you didn't expect it. It could be something to do with money. We do have Pentacles. The 8 and 1 is 9. It could be that it is going to give you financial stability for some of you. But there is a messenger that is going to be showing up with an offer in the future. The 3 of Wands tells me it's going to cause expansion. Could either cause expansion for good health. It could be good wealth. It could be some sort of an offer, a job offer. It feels like something comes via snail mail, though. Look it over very carefully. Whatever mail that you get, please don't just pull the mail out of the box and throw it on the stairs. I feel like you're supposed to look over everything, because there might be something that you're missing with the magnifying glass here. There could be something that you're about to miss if you don't pay attention. So the Five of Swords is here with the Six of Wands. I want to say with this rehabilitation, it feels like you are attracting rehabilitation. And when I say that, I'm looking at the Five of Swords as possibly an argument or a fight, or we have such a difference of opinions that we're not talking anymore. It feels like you are attracting rehabilitation here. But it also feels like you're going to have to possibly go into nature. However you do that, with somebody else or by yourself. And I feel like this is something that's going to be sorted out by you. Your rehabilitation, I feel, is probably by taking off your shoes and getting your feet in the grass. Feels like it's going on a long drive on the highway. Feels like that. We're looking at a lot of animals. So on this card, we've got baby giraffes. Cute. Yeah. Baby giraffes are on this one here. And we have elk or caribou here. We have a white horse. It looks like there is something that you are going to get victory or success over, and it's going to cause you to have the spotlight on you. So it does feel like whatever you're attracting, whatever the rehabilitation is, whatever is healing for you, something that you're rehabbing here, something that you're healing. It could be the mind. It could be that maybe you've had an ego death. Could be that. Because it feels like somebody here may have been on their high horse or said something to another person that was full of ego. And now it feels like you're sort of in this energy of, crap, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have said, maybe not that you shouldn't have said it, but maybe it's the way you said it. We've got the Page of Swords. We've got the Knight of Wands. Something happened really quickly here. Eight of Wands, yes. So I feel like you are possibly on the outside looking in of somebody's life here. But the Page of Swords tells me that you've learned. You've learned and you've grown from something that you said really quickly that I feel maybe hurt someone's feelings or maybe drew a wedge between you and someone else. It feels like there is somebody here. This could be who the letter comes from. It could be that somebody here just wants to talk to you, but maybe they don't know how to get a hold of you online. If you've lived in the same place for 100 years, then maybe they know that you still live there, and that's how they know to send a letter to you. But it feels like it's not going to come via any other way, so you might have them blocked everywhere. The King of Wands is here, and it feels like somebody here is inspired to try and move things forward. And it feels like, it could be you or it could be someone who's coming at you, but it does feel like somebody is feeling really terrible here about something that they said, and they said it out of, like it was a fiery comment, and maybe you're regretting that you said it. It feels like somebody here is observing the King of Wands from a distance. Could be Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy, and wondering, can I fix this? Can we have rehabilitation here? Can I attract rehabilitation? Because it feels like something with the Eight of Wands happened super quick, and now you're in your head about it. I shouldn't have said that the way I said it. Not that I think that you should have said it, but I just think that the way you said it might have been out of line or maybe hurt somebody's feelings, and now you're second guessing it here. We've got agricultural work and livestock rearing. Ten of Cups is here with the King of Swords. Feels to me again that it's time for you to get away outside of the city. I feel like that's where you are going to be emotionally happy. I feel like it's time to go on a family outing. Look, maybe you're going to stay at somebody's farm. Maybe you're going to visit a farm. I don't know, but it feels like there is some sort of a clarity that's going to come to you while you're in nature. It feels like you're going to be honest with somebody. Could be honest, like being honest with a family member, or being honest with yourself about what really makes you happy. It feels like this is a simplified time. You know, life on the farm is a little more simple than living in the burbs, right? And it feels like this is going to be a lot of work, but it feels like going back to your roots, possibly. Maybe not the farm, but maybe going back to your roots or going back to your ancestry. It feels like this is what really makes you happy. Or gives you some type of clarity. You're about to be honest with yourself about what really does make you happy. Tell me what's going on here for Taurus. We've got the Four of Swords. We've got the World card. Something is about to shift here for you. And it's about to shift pretty quickly, sometime in the month of September. This Four of Swords tells me that you're healing the mind. It does really feel like you've been overthinking something. And now with this Four of Swords here, healing the mind, and the World card tells me that you're about to close the door or make a major shift. And I feel like it comes without notice. It feels like you have been in sort of an emotional like a destabilization, I'm going to say. You've been feeling like it's time to close the door on something you know is never going to come to fruition. So it's time to let go of something. It's time to close the door. After holding it open for a long time, wishing and hoping someone would show up again or come back round. The Knight of Wands is here. I'm just going to say, I think you need to be brave enough to close the door, to heal from this, and just be honest with yourself that in order for you to be happy, you've got to close the door. Tell me about the Death card and the Eight of Cups. Got the grocery shopping card here. Supermarket, right? And it feels like this could be about health. Now, I know that it's concerning when death shows up when I'm talking about health, but I'm not talking about death. I'm talking about transformation. It feels like it's time for you to pull away from or detach from old cycles or things that you were settling for. I really do feel that we are talking about fresh ideas. They're talking about fresh produce. We're talking about a variety of products. You need to get some variety in your life. We could be talking about the way you eat. We could be talking about your health, but we could be talking about life in general. You might be doing the same thing over and over again, hoping to get a different result. You might be following the same patterns. So a lot of people, they'll be in a relationship, it'll crash and burn, and instead of healing in between there, they jump into another relationship and they treat it the same as the last one, so that one crashes and burns. And so people are wondering, why do all my relationships crash and burn? And it might be because you don't have enough variety. You haven't seen everything, like you haven't done anything different. You keep doing the same thing over and over again. If this is about your health, I feel like the grocery shopping is telling me you need to change your diet. You need a variety of products and you need more fresh produce in your life. It feels like you are going to make a change because the Death card is here. You are going to transform and you are going to detach from whatever type of lifestyle you have right now, and you are going to make it a healthier lifestyle. Tell me what else is going on here. We've got the Four of Pentacles, we've got the High Priestess, and we have the Seven of Wands. It does feel like there is a block, a psychic block that's about to be removed, because I feel like you have been up against the wall, Taurus. It feels like you keep standing at the wall and yelling at it to move because you're too stubborn to go around. But I feel like you really do have to make a change here. It feels like with the Seven of Wands that a block with the High Priestess. So it feels like there's some sort of a psychic or intuitive block that you're removing with the Death card here by changing your mind. Because the Four of Pentacles tells me that you are being a bit stubborn. Shut down, shut off. Don't tell me what to do. I know what I'm doing. It feels like it's time for you to remove this block, detach from what you were doing, and take advice from someone else. What else do we have here? We've got arena. It says competitive environment, sporting events, performance, and stage. Tells me you need more exercise. You need to start moving. I know, I'm a Taurus. Every day I try and get up and do something. It's really tough for us to do that. For some of you, we are talking about spiritual wellness. It has nothing to do with your diet or your exercise. It has to do with spiritual wellness. We've got spiritual practices, meditation and reflection, spiritual guidance at the temple. The temple could be your body. Feels like you need to meditate more, or you need to pay more attention to your spiritual practices, whatever that is for you. Whether you want to start reading the Bible more, or you want to do a little bit more meditation, it's going to put you in the flow. Flowing waters, riverbank, and views. Riverbank views. It feels like it's going to give you a view from the top down. It feels like with this river, it feels like it's going to put you in the flow, in the spiritual flow here. And for those of you who are going to be in the arena, that it's time for you to get a little bit more active. Oh, you know what that is reminding me of? It's reminding me of, and this would be worth a Google, if you would go Google Roosevelt's quote on the man in the arena. Yeah. Brene Brown put that in a book. She wrote a book about it called Daring Greatly. And it talks about the man in the arena. Look, I say a man, but I'm talking feminine or masculine, right? It's about the person who is about to take a shot or to take a chance. And what does he say? He says, yeah, I'm in a channel right now, so I can't think about that. But I'm going to say that it's all about somebody who has been taking a chance, and even though you err or fall down over and over again, that what does he say? Nope, I can't get it, guys. Sorry, but please go and Google that man in the arena. Look at this, the emperor. So I feel like it's time for you to take charge of your health. It's time for you to get into the country. You're going to get messages from animals, I feel. It does feel like there is some sort of message or messenger coming to you here. Why don't we clarify that before we go? The letter that's arriving here is of some type of an offer. And somebody wants to offer something to you because of your growth that's coming in the future. We've got the 5 of Cups, we've got the 2 of Wands, and we've got the King of Pentacles. Look, it feels like it makes you a lot of money, gives you a lot of stability. It feels like you are going to be caught at the crossroads here where you're going to have to make a decision about what you're going to do. It feels like this 5 of Cups tells me that there is regret over something, and it almost feels like this letter is going to contain something that is going to alleviate that regret. It is going to bring you into balance here. Justice is here. Somebody is trying to make something right with you. I think that's what's in the letter. They're trying to restore faith, restore your finances. Somebody wants to help you financially. Could be a bank, right? They could be saying you're approved for a loan or you're approved for something. Could be that. Could be a person too, right? The King of Pentacles is also Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. All right, I'm going to leave this right here, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here and watching, and have a beautiful September. Of course, I'm going to be back with more readings. If you're interested in a private read, please look at the pinned comment. All the information you need is there. Take care, my loves. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.